Ciao e bentornati, welcome back to Pillole D'Italiano. Nell'episodio di oggi, episodio numero 109, parleremo di due aggettivi molto importanti in italiano, l'aggettivo prossimo e l'aggettivo successivo. So today we're going to talk about these two very important adjectives, prossimo or prossima, because it's an adjective, so you need to be ready to create accordance, and successivo or successiva. But before we do, a word from our sponsor, which is yours truly. As some of you may know, I'm going to launch my Italian crash course again very soon. Start date is September 18th. It's a 10-week course that combines pre-recorded material with live interactions with yours truly, Q&As, conversation groups, so that you can actually maximize practice time. You can ask me all the questions you might have, but you can study the biggest chunk of grammar on your own. So if you live in a time zone that is not really around the corner from where I live, well, you don't have to worry. You don't need to set your alarm for 4 a.m. to come and participate in live classes. If I can say so myself, this course is really great because it's going to condense the essential knowledge that you will need to become fluent in Italian in 10 weeks only. If you're starting from scratch, this is great for you. But also, if you've been studying Italian for a while, I will make sure that you don't have gaps in your knowledge, so that by the end of those 10 weeks, you will have all the essential grammatical elements to be able to formulate all of your sentences, statements, questions, and this way you will have all the instruments to be able to start listening to native content, or if you're already doing that, you will be able to better understand it. And throughout those 10 weeks, you will also be able to come and participate in the group conversations that I lead every week so that you can practice. We make sure that you put into practice what you will be learning, because that's where the rubber meets the road, right? So that's a tricky spot for a lot of people when they're learning a different language, is actually to put it into practice. And by doing so under my supervision, getting feedback on a weekly basis means that you will be able to progress in your language journey way faster than you would have ever thought possible. Now, the great news for you is the fact that in the next couple of weeks, I'm offering the chance to speak live with me one-on-one and for free, so that you can come ask me all the questions you might have about this program. We can decide together if you're a good fit and which one of the different tiers is the one that makes sense for you. And also, if you're curious to see what my conversation group is all about, it's called Aperitivo Italiano, in case you don't know it. It's an Italian happy hour, and you will find a link in the description of this episode below to come and register for a trial session. So both the one-on-one call with me and the trial session of Aperitivo are complimentary. Now, feel free to pause this video, go click on the link, save your spot before this offer expires or spots run out. E adesso torniamo al video di oggi. Okay, going back to today's topic, why am I even making a video about these two adjectives that have a separate translation in English, right? Prossimo means next, and successivo means following. Well, to be completely honest with you, I'm not exactly sure why so many English speakers get prossimo and successivo mixed up. If you can help me understand, leave me a comment, let me know what your take is on it, because if I better understand the issue, then I can also better help you. One thing that both prossimo and successivo have in common is the fact that they reference an event in the future. So if I'm thinking about next weekend or the following weekend, we're still referencing weekends that have to come. Now, if you are clear on the fact that both prossimo and successivo reference future events, but you don't know which one you're supposed to be using for the event that is closest to you in time, so the one that is approaching first, and which one to use for the one that is just farther down the road there, I want to give you a little mental trick. So prossimo, to me, reminds me of proximity. So is the closest one to me. Il fine settimana prossimo, or il prossimo fine settimana, because you could use prossimo before or after fine settimana. That means next weekend is the one that is in proximity to the present moment. Il prossimo fine settimana, or il fine settimana prossimo, andrò in piscina. Okay? Now, when it comes to successivo, I'm thinking about a succession of events, and is the one that is following in the succession. So not the one in proximity, but the one that it's following in the succession. So the following, succession, successivo. I don't know if that is going to help you. Let me know. Hopefully it does. And so if I'm talking about the weekend that is not exactly around the corner, but the following one, I would call it il fine settimana successivo. Il fine settimana successivo non so ancora cosa farò, because I don't have any plans yet. Il prossimo fine settimana andrò in piscina, quello successivo non so ancora cosa farò. If you want to use these adjectives with days of the week, just put the adjective afterwards, okay? So it's not going to be next Monday, but Monday next in your head. It's not going to be the following Sunday, but Sunday following, or actually the Sunday following. And remember that domenica, that's the only day of the week that is actually femminile. Domenica è femminile, quindi you will say domenica prossima or la domenica successiva. Remember that these are adjectives, you need to create accordance. Now, little fun exercise for you. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your plans are for next, pick a day of the week or a day of the month or a month, and the following, blah, 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 whatever you picked, you're going to replicate. So for example, domenica prossima, la domenica successiva, if you want to play with Sundays, or it could be il mese prossimo and il mese successivo, if you just want to take full months and tell me about your plans for those months. Bene, divertitevi e sbizzarritevi. Have fun and be creative. And before you go, don't forget to like this episode if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and I will see you super soon. Ciao, a presto!